Happy Manliness Monday, YouTube. Today, I would like to talk about addressing and redressing your own personal faults and flaws. I personally believe that every person on this planet is inherently flawed in some way, shape, or form. The best way for us to grow as individuals, and I believe this is necessary to being a man, is identifying your own personal faults and flaws and doing your best to overcome and adapt to them. Some of them are genetic, some of them are born of circumstance, some of them are just due to laziness. I'm not here to pass judgment. However, we all should do our best to work past it. I believe that every single person is responsible for what and who they are. They might not be responsible for their starting circumstances, but every action and decision you do make as an adult, and even before you're an adult, whether you're in high school or even middle school, college, those decisions that you make are yours. Sometimes they have lasting consequences, and you need to take responsibility for them. Sometimes one of your flaws may be just due to mental health. Personally, I have many faults and flaws. And first, you have to address them. That's probably the most taboo and uncomfortable thing you can do. As a man, you're supposed to be larger than life, or so people say. You're supposed to exude machismo, and that's not true. Being a man is about being caring, gentle, thoughtful, intelligent, strong, but using that strength to help yourself and others. Help is the key word. So it's not wrong to admit that you have flaws. In fact, it takes a great deal of strength to do so. Everyone has them, and there's no shame in having them. The only shame there is to be had is ignoring them and letting them dictate your life. As I said, you own your choices. Well, if you don't make a choice, if you don't make a conscious decision to do something about your life, you give up your choice and you let the world dictate who you are. And that's a losing mentality. I believe you're better than that. Every single person has the capability to be better than that. It's all a matter of if you exercise it. So the first step is addressing your flaws and faults. Mine, I'm lazy. And, a lot of people have said, well, you're not lazy. You work like 20 hours a day, you do this, you do that, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I do. However, I put off tasks and procrastinate on things that I really shouldn't. Instead of making a meal, I'll order out or I'll get fast food. Very often I have the wrong priorities, and instead of doing the groundwork to make my life easy, I'm lazy. That's a horrible flaw that I have. And the fact that I very seldom correct it is a fault of my own. There has not been a video in several weeks, whether a Manliness Monday or a project video. Due to family circumstances, I don't really even know how to classify other reasons, but I've fallen into a funk. A lot of it's the state of the house, which goes back to my laziness, and most of it is plain and simple my fault. Now, I wouldn't characterize it as depression, but over the last several weeks I haven't wanted to do anything. I had a large project due. I got it all finished and I did my best work. But aside from that, I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to go outside. I didn't even want to get out of bed. So there is an amount of control I have over it, and I chose not to exercise it. I was lazy. And that does have rippling consequences like I was talking about previous. You guys didn't get your content, and for that I am sorry. And that brings me into the second part of this title, redressing. So to address means to speak to make light, to bring into the light a subject. So bring into the light, talk about your flaws. and your faults. That does nothing unless you do the second step, redressing, which means to change, adapt, make better. It's an older word, it's found in the Constitution. You need to take steps, and this will vary from person to person, to correct your flaws and faults. Some things you can do by yourself. For me, I need a schedule. And since these Manliness Mondays take very little, other than, some forethought of a subject and a topic, and very little setup, I'm going to start batching things together. I'm going to do 4 or 5 Manliness Mondays all at once, for several reasons. One is, if I ever do fall into a funk like I just recently got out of, I will still be able to provide content for you. It will also free up a lot of personal time for me to work on projects, to address my family issues, clean the house better, to make more food instead of ordering out, which is one of the biggest reasons I fell into that funk to begin with. And all of that was my fault. A lot of it was due to laziness and procrastination. There are some aspects that you can't control. Like I said, I don't think I have depression, but I do have depression-like symptoms from time to time. However, I can do whatever I can do to mitigate and help control that, I do. Well, I will be doing, and I should do. For the project videos, I will be trying to give better quality, higher quality projects. I'm going to do my best to enter the Christmas Ornament Challenge by Carl Jacob and somebody else, I forget who. But I remember last year I made a snowman, and that brought me a lot of joy. And that's going to be on our Christmas tree this year as well. Hopefully for a long time after, as long as it doesn't break. So I want to make another Christmas ornament. I'm going to try some hollow turning this year. I just got all my chisels and gouges sharpened, so I'm going to give it the good old college try, as it were. So I'm going to schedule my time. I'm going to schedule myself for chores. I'm going to schedule myself for exercise and working out, because I have a horrible self-image. And even though I act extroverted by doing these videos, by having friends and trying to be a social creature, I am a very introverted person, and I really do have very low self-esteem. And the best way I can work on that is making more meals and working out. That really does boost my self-esteem when I start dropping, pant sizes and my stomach gets a little bit flatter. And I should have more energy to do these projects and these Manliness Mondays. So I'm going to start scheduling that as well. And also I'm going to try and get more sleep. For the last year and a half, I've had about 4 hours of sleep a night. Sometimes I've had more, sometimes I've had less. And sometimes I even take an hour nap, or 2-hour nap, 3-hour nap during the day. While I really enjoy my naps, prior to me going into this funk, I was stressed out about this project, doing these shelves. And, well, I ended up sleeping considerably less than 4 hours, which is my minimum. That is a pretty hard minimum for me. Some nights I got 3 hours, some nights 2.5. And while it might be incredible that I can function like that for weeks at a time, it really does hit me hard after a while. So I'm actually going to be scheduling myself to go to sleep. I know that sounds stupid, because so many people can just, it's just something they do. They just go to sleep, no problem. I have a problem falling asleep, and that's what one of my future Manliness Mondays are going to be about. I do a visualization technique that helps me get to sleep. So I'd like to share that with you in the future. For any of you insomniacs, hopefully it can help you as well. That's what I'm going to do to redress the problem, or redress. I hope to bring you guys better content, and I hope that I can mitigate certain factors in my life so that I can be consistent for you. Because, well, even while I was in this funk, my viewership went up. I got more views, my view duration went up, my AdSense went up, I gained more subscribers. And at the end of the day, that just shows me how awesome you guys really are, and how much you deserve the best you can get from me. And I owe that to you. So thank you for sticking with me. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope to do better for you in the future. And if I don't, call me out on it, please. Thanks for watching. Like I said, I appreciate each and every single one of you. If you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. From now on, I'm going to do my very best to release new content every Monday and every Friday. Every Monday will be a Manliness Monday, where I talk about how to be a man, how to be a gentleman, gun etiquette, gun safety, general etiquette, things like that. And every Friday, hopefully, I'm going to be doing a project video. Everything from making the camera stand that I'm shooting right now on, making a new set of shelves, mostly woodworking stuff. But if you have anything that you want me to talk about or demonstrate or build, please let me know in the comment section below. I love hearing from you guys. Really, your comments always brighten my day, even if they're a little bit more esoteric. Thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and join me every Monday and Friday. And remember, each and every single one of you has the capacity to better yourself, to better your life, and better your situations. And don't you let anyone tell you differently. I'll see you next week.